There's something really dangerous that I have found out being a follower of Christ for the past almost 15 to 20 years, is that when people grow up in Christianity, like the religion of Christianity, not real born again, spirit-filled relationship with Jesus Christ, but they're born in the religion of Christianity, whether in America or Western civilization, where Christianity has, there's a lot of churches everywhere. They become what I call inoculated to God. And what that means is that, like with a vaccine shot, and I'm not talking about COVID because that was a fake, tyrannical scheme to kill us, but in the real vaccine shot, what a vaccine shot does is it inoculates you to the real thing, so that when the real thing does hit your body, your cells and your body knows what to expect and which white blood cells to send out, which cells to send out to fight the disease that you're already inoculated to, just like with smallpox and other diseases that have been eradicated over time because of the real vaccines that work. And so what happens with people who grow up in Christianity is that they hear the same message over and over and over again. They're in the pews for 20, 30 years. They might even serve on the board. They might serve in the children's ministry. But in reality, they become so inoculated, so used to hearing about God, Jesus, the Bible, that their hearts are far away from God, because they think that, well, I'm really close to God. I'm sitting next to the pastor and I know the pastor, and therefore they think they know God. But in reality, so many people have a Christian tattoo, or they know about the Bible, they know about Jesus, they go to church, but they never really had that transforming born again experience where they know their sins have been washed away. They know that they've become a new person, a new born again creature. And I hope that if it is you today, that you would have a true encounter with the living Jesus Christ, the living God who died on the cross for you, rose again from the dead, that you wouldn't be inoculated to Christianity and become like somebody who's sitting in the pews or hears about Jesus for so many years, but never actually makes the effort to really say, Jesus, I really want to follow you, and please forgive me for all the wickedness in my heart that I've always had since I grew up in church. A lot of people grew up in church. I came from Ukraine, and a lot of people are Orthodox, but they don't really care about God. They just go there because it's tradition. A lot of people in America go to Baptist, Pentecostal churches or the Catholic Church, and then they don't really care because they've never been truly transformed. So it's not about being just knowing about God and even going to church for 50 years. You can do that and still end up in hell because you've never truly given full control over to Jesus Christ. If you haven't done that, stop being inoculated to Christianity. Get the real thing.